I think you have to experience grief to know what it is. And it will be different for everyone. We are given this trust to be co-creators. God wants me to co-create with him because that's our power. That's one of the things that we need to learn. I was slow at speaking. I had a speech delay. But it kind of helped me observe more things. When I was little, I will just draw something, and then I start seeing what the painting wanted to become. And then to be open enough to listen to the painting. I do a lot of women, and I'm like, okay, who are you? What do you want to become? Sometimes I do cricket noses and super long necks, and it doesn't bother me because I feel it's part of the personality of what she's trying to look or what she's trying to show. I made lots of friends while I paint. They are the sweetest. I grew up in a small town in Chihuahua, Mexico. There is a lot of farmers. There's a lot of land. The sunsets are the best. My childhood was very magical. For Mother's Day, I painted a little landscape for her. And she noticed something in the water, and she's like, oh, what is that? And I said, that's the reflection of the fisherman. And she was like, that's when I knew that I was looking at things differently. I think I decided to be an artist because I had this idea that I must. I've changed the faces like 3 times, at least. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I struggle with that in the painting. I just want them to look like the way I want them to look, or the expectation. But when I'm quiet enough to see what the painting wants to become, when that happens, it's no longer me fighting for the painting to look like I want it. It's more her telling me how she wants to look, which it's cool. You know, it's just holding space for them too. And the inside story is that I'm just holding my own space for myself. And it's very hard. It sounds easy, but I think it's very hard. Oh, I like her now. I mention it like that because this one is sad, and I didn't want her to be sad. But she's sad. It's okay. I think it's a beautiful thing, though, to feel joy and sadness. Life happens, and sometimes we don't like endings. Finishing high school, I had a scholarship for a renowned university in Mexico. If I knew English, they will add to my scholarship. So I was 18 years old when I came here. There's a painting, it's called Dos Casas, and it's just this big girl. You can tell she's still a girl. One foot turns into a house and the other foot turns into another house. And I'm like, that's me. When I started my BFA, I changed my major a couple times. I always knew that I wanted to do something related to art. But I was a bit afraid of what was going to happen to me as an artist, if I were going to be an artist at all. So when I decided to do art, I wouldn't call it fear. I think it was just a leap of faith. I was young and naive. I felt like I had all the energy in the world. I was so passionate about art. It was moving me into a different country. When I decided to move here, my grandpa said, "Don't go anywhere, you have everything here." But there's some paths that we have to do all by ourselves. There's no one next to us, and that's very scary. There's deer running. There. Do you see them? They camouflage so well. It's right there.
Where what?
The deer. Do you see it? I'm always catching up with my kids. That's so pretty. There's two. They're so different and they complement each other very well. It's beautiful. There is no question of love. When you are out in nature, you cannot question anything. It's just love all around you. It feels so welcoming. I want them to find home here. If you find a home in nature, then you're home everywhere. I want to allow them to play in nature and feel free. When I'm making art, I feel like everything that is inside comes out in a way. Visually, it's more obvious to me. And I can learn from it. During 2020, during the pandemic, my uncle passed. And then in April, my grandma passed. I had to grieve from the distance, and I think there was a lot of that happening around the world. We were all just grieving from the distance because we cannot get close. By the end of 2020, I had a really bad depression, and it was so real. It was really real. I don't think I was able to ask for help in the right way. My dad and my mom came to help me, and they noticed it right off the bat. My dad is like, "What's wrong?" And I gave him the opportunity to be my dad. He was hugging me. He was worried. He was my support. When my mom went back, that's when my dad passed. morning, he just didn't wake up. He had a heart attack. He was 62. We were not expecting that. And I felt that he left when I was going through a hard time. And I didn't want that. Wanted him to see me in a better place. I was grieving 3 things at the same time, and I felt like I couldn't have time for any of them. But we do have a God that we can turn to for guidance. This Is How the World Ends is a series that I made in the hardest time of my life. It was like literally my world was ending as I knew it. The Aztecs believe this is our 5th world. Every world was destroyed with natural disaster. The chaos in those other 4 worlds created it. Even though something is being destroyed, there's something beautiful to come. And that was my hope. There is 5 ladies. All the hair is in the air. For me, the wind meant that the times were changing. I remember my father telling me that even when I was sinking, he said, you're gonna touch bottom and you're gonna use the bottom to push yourself out of the surface. And then when you feel better, keep swimming. And that's what I did when he passed. The final painting in the series is called There's No End. Whatever it is that you're going through, it's not an end, it's just a new beginning. The chaos is not the final product. The chaos is what is gonna make you move. Sometimes I think God is the chaos. It's orchestrated in a beautiful way, but we can only see up to here, and for us, looks like chaos. We can call it chaos or we can call it creation.